All right, be with you guys in a few. Thanks for jumping in. Hit that poll up. Got a fun one tonight. All right, we're going to get her going here in 1 second. Jump in that chat, say hello. From the Mississippi River Valley of America's Driftless region. Welcome, I am the Driftless Iowan. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whichever it may be. And wherever you may be, thanks for joining us. Go over some local news tonight. Of course, we'll take a check-in on the weather. Hear about some sports action in the greater Chicago area. And here in Iowa. Talk about culture. Maybe we'll have a visitor over. Some nights we have folks over. It's great having y'all here tonight. Going to talk about being a coffee communist as well. Anybody ever been called a communist? Friends, it's getting heated out there. We need to tune it down a little bit. Thanks for joining us. Check in on the Cubs right now. They're in Cleveland. Looks like the Guardians are up 4-1. No doubt the Cubs have had some ups and downs this season. We'll hope they come through and stay on that hot streak. Head over to that poll. Tonight's question: which would you rather live in or reside in? A haunted house or with your in-laws? Jump over. Let us know. Jump in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Say hello. Make some new friends. We'll be jumping back into the Outdoor Iowa magazine a little bit later on. Continue to watch traffic. If you have any questions, let us know. If you're from overseas, don't be afraid to stop in. First off, friends, I got some sad news to report. Beloved local property manager James Lahey has passed away. Finally succumbed to the devil's drink. James is survived by his close friend Randy, many acquaintances around the Monty View Trailer Park. Ask y'all to keep Jim in your thoughts and prayers. You'll be missed, buddy. I'll take care of Randy for you. Well, folks, what's going on in the world and where you're at today? Around here, had a fire this morning about 30 miles away from here in a 112-year-old restaurant, burnt right to the ground. Place is to be known to have been a meeting spot for Alphonse Capone to come over from Chicago. See, folks, those gangsters weren't stupid, and they knew that if they came over, crossed out of Illinois, jumped that river and jumped into rural Iowa, that they could just go about their business and they wouldn't be getting shot up. Local law wouldn't bother them. Local law probably didn't even know they were around. Said last night James Dillinger posted up just about a block away from here. Quite the time. Say if I had a choice to do time in any century, I think that'd be it. How about you? What is your preferred generation of where you'd like to live or time period if you had that time machine? Let us know. Jump in that poll. Let me know where you're from. Let us know what you're doing. Not much on the cultural front. The state fair is going on right now. We've had a couple champions right out of this town. We've had a champion turkey collar, and we've had the largest boar ever recorded at the state fair. Folks, want to see what life is like here to the glossed over life I called at the state fair. So, big with the ag folks. You've been there once, you've seen it all. So, nothing to get too excited about except when locals do well. So, shout out to all of them. Not much on the community calendar. Not much on the front for upcoming interviews this week, but next week we hope to bring you a gentleman who survived the derecho. If y'all know where the derecho is, hop on over to my channel, check out a couple of the derecho videos. That is an inland hurricane, folks. Devastated a city of 120,000, 30 miles from here. If you can see on the icon in the thumbnail I set up, that's the rain that's going to be coming in. We'll take a look at the weather right now. It is 70 degrees with a light wind, again out of the southwest. We're in between little pockets of rain. Currently there's a system by Waterloo heading east, southeast. See if it brings us any thunder or any lightning here in the next couple of hours. We do camper count here, folks. We check on the number of recreational vehicles and campers that pass by. We check out the brand names and the brands. We are a large camping community, and we'd like to have you join us. Check out the Monticello, Iowa Chamber of Commerce webpage for more information. If you're a camper, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, Jones County is the place to be. Lots to do, lots of trails, lots of river trails, lots of water trails, hiking trails. You name it, we have UTV roads, UTV rides, UTV permits and access all around. We're building more trails as they come. Check us out. You're in Grant Wood country. If you know who Grant Wood is, he is the famous painter of the American Gothic. Grew up 10 miles south of here, down by the Wassapinican River, on the other side of the ridge. Still looking for our first person to jump in chat, say hello. If you're tuning in just to watch, appreciate it. Traffic is awful light right now. Not much action. Folks are just kind of staying in, not too many walkers out. We'll check in on the Ford Ranger here in a second. She still sits over there. Nobody has taken it up yet. If you've been with us the last few nights, I am a new YouTube content creator, hoping to get this channel promoted. Would like to get up to 500 subs soon. Be one of my first 500. I'd appreciate it. Have some quality content, not just garbage. Some funny shorts. My son helps me out, which is appreciated. He is the tech guru. My daughter will be coming on with us as well. We travel a lot. We're into cultural things. We like to go to festivals. We'll come to you live during storms. Any significant events. I am kind of a part-time photographer and journalist all in one. And I am not afraid to go live and let people know what's going on. Thank you all from wherever you're at. Let's see somebody. If they jump in the chat and say hello, it'd be wonderful. Otherwise, I'm not going to bag the rest of the night. But we do have a poll going on. It'd be interesting. I want to hear what you guys have to say and think. We've had visitors recently from the Ukraine. We've had visitors from Italy, Brazil, Russia, and from all over the United States. It's always fun to see what people are up to. Last night we discussed cigars. We discussed wood pipes. Also, we discussed doing the dishes. Had a young lady in here that took a fondness to me. Make this middle-aged man blush. Let us know where you're at, folks. Be back with you in a few. We'll jump into the Outdoor Iowa magazine. Hit up that poll. I'll see y'all in a moment. Welcome back, folks. Thanks for being with us. Did I miss much out there? Looks like things haven't picked up at all. A few people strolling about the neighborhood. We're in small town USA. I am the Driftless Iowan. I am your host. Jump in that chat. Let us know where you're joining us tonight from. It'd be appreciated. Always like to check in with folks from around the world. Check out our chat poll and see what you'd rather do. Coming to you live from the middle of the Midwest, right in America's heartland of the Mississippi River Valley. A communist is what I was called today while I sat at coffee this morning. I got uptown and joined a group of gentlemen at the community coffee table, and I'm about ready to step away because things are getting heated out there, folks. Especially on one side. They're getting a little intolerable as to how they're treating people and their nastiness. I am a veteran of 2 wars. I have a Purple Heart. By no means am I a communist. I am a capitalist. I hope to grow this channel and make lots of money someday along the way while pursuing my dreams. This is the United States, folks. We're nice to our neighbors here in the Midwest, and some of these folks are forgetting how to be Iowa nice. You seeing that where you're from? Over in the United Kingdom, they've been having riots. We've had a few people check in from over in England. No doubt the tension's a little bit high. Those hooligans just need to go away. I think we should round those up here in the United States that hate this place, and those that don't like it in England and can't tolerate others, and send them over to Russia. Let them be with Vladimir Putin. Your active Army right now? I was in the Army National Guard. I was 11 Bravo, the 133rd Infantry. 34th Infantry Division, the same infantry division as Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz was in. He did the longest tour in Iraq. Also served time in the Sinai Peninsula of Egypt, if you know where that is. Where are you located at, soldier? Thanks for serving. There's only a few of you out there that do. 1% of the population at any given time. Be thankful. Tough job. Nothing like being told what to do every moment of your life. First Cav, all right, Fort Hood, Texas. Thanks for joining us. Makes me proud that you're in here. What's up today? Just get off duty, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or just hit the chow hall, or are you on base, off base? Oh, hello, April. Thanks for coming back. Haha, Mr. Single. I wouldn't call myself that, but I am taken by my passions. How about that? Well, I don't mind talking to pretty ladies. And April, thanks for saying hello again. You're on the range today, Jeppy? Yeah, that's not fun. Range days, as fun as it is to fire weapons, being on the range is hard fucking work, right? A lot of work for a little bit of fun. A lot of prep work, a lot of safety. You an NCO yet, or are you still lower enlisted? Were you a range NCO today? What's going on in your world, April? PFC. All right, you're going to get it up to Spec 4. Well, let me tell you this, young soldier. Listen to your NCOs. Don't slack. Get the PLDC as quick as you can. Take extra courses. Move up that chain. Nice. Well, I wish you the best. Hope you make it. What's for dinner, April? We're late eaters here at Small Town USA. Y'all hang around in a moment. We'll be jumping back into Iowa Outdoors. Reading about a mystery. Kick back, watch the traffic, make friends in the chat, say hello to one another, hit that poll up. Let us know what's going on. Oh, pork chops. I love me some pork chops. Oh, geez. Sounds delicious except for those green beans, but I can tolerate the fresh ones, not the canned ones. I can taste the metal in the canned ones. Can anybody else out there taste metal when you have green beans? Like if you take them out of a can, I have a metallic taste when it doesn't taste like vegetables to me, but. All right. Let's go back to the archives. State of Iowa, 25 years ago. This is by a retired conservation officer, Chuck Humiston. It's called The Mystery. The call came during a meeting at the State Forest Nursery in Ames. How ironic to be sitting in a meeting of the DNR personnel, watercraft enforcement, and education team and get a call reporting a boat accident. Odd, too, because it was the last week in June, in the middle of the morning, on the Iowa River in Iowa Falls. Believe me, the Iowa River is not a real hotbed of activity in the middle of the morning and the middle of the week. Besides, the river was near flood stage due to heavy rain. Boat traffic has been almost non-existent. Must be a minor, I thought. Somebody must have bumped into a dock or something. I called the radio dispatcher at the sheriff's office. What happened? Back to you in a second, folks. Let's see what happened up in Iowa Falls. I'm getting Discord, April. I'm working on it. I'm getting everything set up and branded to everything. And today was Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, though. Good plug for my Facebook page. On the same name, the Driftless Iowan. Hit me up there. Be just posting a lot of my contact. Ken, I'm building a community right now. But Discord is coming up, hopefully by next week. Thanks for joining us, folks. Just tuning in, hit the poll, jump into the chat. We're reading from Iowa Outdoors from the Archives by retired conservation officer Chuck Humiston. It's called The Mystery. He got a call in the middle of the week in June, middle of the day, about a river in Iowa Falls, the Iowa River, that was at flood stage, and he's wondering what could have happened. Let's pick back up when he was talking to the dispatcher. Called the radio dispatcher at the sheriff's office. What happened? Well, we're getting information, she answered. A city crew saw a boat heading upstream about an hour ago, and now they're finding seat cushions and other debris floating downstream, but no boat. I went back into the meeting and looked at Officer Andrea Mikas, who was training with me. Come on, we've got it to go. I shook my head. Almost her first day in the field and already her first boat accident. Talk about getting your feet wet early. Got in the vehicle, got on the interstate, flipped on the lights and siren, and headed north. This call just wasn't making sense. I was starting to hear fire department and rescue radio traffic. Andrea handled the radio traffic while I picked up the cell phone and called the police department. What have you got? I asked. Well, the boat was seen going upstream and they found debris floating downstream. A boat upside down near the landing and the fire department is there, she answered. Is it a red and white boat? I asked. Stand by. Yes, it is, she replied. Oh no, I felt a tightening in my stomach. Oh no, I called my supervisor, Mike Ashby. Better get down here, it looks bad. I'll pick up my boat and meet you there. We both knew the drill. We had done this more times than either of us cared to think about. The fire department, police, and emergency squad had already arrived and were launching a boat. I backed down the ramp, and Mikas jumped out and started unhooking the boat from the trailer as I talked to the fire chief. It's upstream, he told me. He was seen heading upstream about a full throttle. We're going to try to hook onto the boat and drag it to shore. Chuck, there's one more thing. Witnesses said he was standing up on the boat. He didn't have a life jacket on, and he doesn't know how to swim. Whew. Tough one. Raging production, huh? Raging river. No good. What do you think? It's going to be raining here shortly, hopefully, April. We haven't had rain in a while. We're hoping to get some. Comes a big rig by, folks. Let's see where it's coming from, what she's hauling. We'll get back to our story here in a minute. Looks like it's hauling some grain. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a haul. Come on, buddy. He's on his way to the ethanol plant, folks. Corn is low and farmers are tightening up their wallets. John Deere's laying off. Ag economy isn't in the best of shape right now. That was loud. I'm used to it here, though. I like hearing it. I'd rather live here than live by an airport. All right, let's get back to our story and we'll jump into some more open discussion. Chuck, there's one more thing. Witnesses said he wasn't standing. He was standing up in the boat. He didn't have a life jacket on and he doesn't know how to swim. I stopped for a moment. I knew all too well what that probably meant. By that time, Ashby had arrived, joining Mikas, a police captain, and me in the boat. We motored upstream to where the rushing water surface was barely concealing the upturned hull of the boat. A winch on a large excursion boat dragged it to shore, where the boat was righted, empty except for the fishing poles, fishing equipment, and life jackets. Unworn life jackets. There were no obvious signs of collision, but something violent had occurred to cause a broken transom from capsizing. Arlen Throne, a recreational safety officer who investigates boating accidents, arrived and we looked the boat over thoroughly, then started upstream and looked for signs of a collision. Did he hit something and fall overboard? Did he fall overboard before the collision? Was there a collision? What did he hit? What hit him? There were no clear signs. Folks, any guesses? What do you think happened? I have not read this yet, so I'm a first-time reader of this. Hello, Entwine. Nice to see you here. Thanks for joining us. Folks, if you're just joining us, you're in the middle of the Midwest. You're on Small Town USA. I'm a new content creator for YouTube. I've been a YouTube fan for years. I am putting my content up there right now, posting a bunch of stuff from my travels. Thanks for joining us. Hit that like button. That spreads the message out to more people. That lets them know that we're building a community here. We're having conversation in the chat room. We just hang out and watch Small Town Living every night from my porch as I sit out here. It's one of my rituals, April through October. Hope to have a studio built here in this fall, or a studio setup of sorts. Appreciate y'all being here. So, the game warden ended up there. He's up at the river. That boat hit something. They didn't know what happened. Did it hit something? Did the guy fall out beforehand? What happened? Would you be out there at a flood stage river in a boat? You like fishing that much? What else would you be doing in Iowa out in the river other than fishing? Don't know. Let's see what happened. We motored downstream. A fire department boat and an emergency squad boat were on either side of the body, lifting it between them. As they moved the victim to shore, we trailered our boat, packed our equipment, and walked over to where the family had gathered. "I'm so sorry," I said to one of them. "What do you say?" I got into my vehicle, telling myself to hold it together. This wasn't the first time, but it was the first time where I knew the victim. He was a fixture on the river. He fished it all the time. If he and his boat were not on the river, then the river was either frozen or his boat motor was broken. He knew every good fishing hole. He was someone you always saw out there, someone with whom you enjoyed talking about fishing. I laughed a little. I remembered him covered with water after a jet ski had come too close, turned and sprayed him. He never liked jet skis after that. As I write this, the snow is melting, the river is open, and the sun is shining. The kind of day that confirms spring is on the way. His boat would have never been the first one out on the river. Now the landing is empty, or his boat would have been the first out on the river, and now the landing is empty. I will miss his company out there. Like the others I work with, I think about it briefly, then put the thoughts away with me where the others reside, somewhere inside of me, somewhere I don't like to return, and wonder, will anyone learn from this? The water is a beautiful thing, but it's also an impersonal force, a force to be treated with the utmost respect. Folks, that was retired conservation officer Chuck Humiston out of the Iowa DNR magazine, summer edition. You fish with a net, do ya? Wow. What kind of fish do you haul in? Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll kick back, chill out, jump in the chat, say hello. We'll take another look at news, sports, and weather here in a moment. For now, enjoy the traffic. You are on Small Town USA, and I'm the Driftless Iowan. Check out my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. I use zero fertilizer for that grass. Ricky, are you a lawn specialist? I am deadly allergic to herbicides and pesticides, so I refrain from all of it. If there's thistles, I dig them up my hand. So there's that. Well, thanks for that wisdom, Cody. Folks, you're on Small Town USA with the Driftless Island. We're taking a little bit of a traffic break. We'll check in on the Ford Ranger when I'm back. We'll see what the weather's up to. Hit that chat up. Make some friends. Oh, that'd be a fun, enjoyable career, Ricky. I think she's all right. She's a lot better than it was. We had a bad drought last year, a real bad drought. We had like 2 years of straight drought. We finally gotten out of her, and we're heading back into her now. We need some rain. We've been just on that cusp, just right above it this summer. So. Is it? Yeah, it's nice. My neighbor takes the lawn right next door over that where that tree is. That's my neighbor's. He does it. He really takes care of that, his lawn. He has his sprayed, and I just like they put flags out so I don't go out there and walk through it, you know. So someday I'll be on vacation and have it sprayed some spring, and it'll look super nice because it hasn't been sprayed for years. Calm, steady wave of traffic down here. Yeah, if that's what you meant, April. Checking in right now at 70 degrees here. We're waiting for a little front to see if it heads down and clips us. Jump over, check out my channel, check out some of the videos I posted. Been working on a few shorts and the whole range of YouTube stuff, so. You're digging my accent? Really? I thought people from the Midwest didn't have an accent. Well, if my accent does it for you, then listen away. I appreciate you being here. Being a part of our community. Yeah, I do. I live on a state highway. That is, heads right down in the main street. Heads right out of town. And there's lots of ag and commercial traffic. Yeah, jump in the chat if you have any questions about living in small town USA. Let me know. We're here to grow and build the community. We're porch to porch with you, or if you're inside on your couch, porch to couch, porch to bedroom, porch to dining room table, porch to car, porch to workplace. What's after the pork chops, April? What's for dessert? There's 4,000 people here. 4,000 souls in this town. There's 20,000 in our county, and there's 3.1 million in the state of Iowa. We're a half hour away from a city of over 120,000, then we're a half hour away from a city of 85,000 people. So lots of options. We're a half hour from one airport, 45 minutes from another. So it is peaceful. We have a little small regional airport out here that acts as a training spot for a Chinook helicopter unit down in the Quad Cities of Iowa. Have a lot of people with their private planes from the bigger cities that leave out of here, so see some jets fly out of here every once in a while. This town hosts a large county fair, which has a 3-night range that spans and draws around 25 to 35,000 people each night for that. Does it? A Chinook Army unit uses it? Aviation unit? I don't know. I wouldn't be saying that about them. You're voting for Trump, April. Oh, well, you better be able to stand my progressive self, so. That man said a lot of nasty things about veterans and women and people of different races. And Kamala is hot. She is smoking hot. Well, you can call it whatever you want, but we got an airport, and you probably don't in your town of 4,000 or less, or wherever you're at. So. Oh, gay equals fun. Okay. Well, that term hasn't been used like that since like the 1960s around these parts. It means something else. So it means dumb, like in the slang 90s used term, or boring, or not worth the effort. So funny stuff here on Small Town USA. That's why we like to keep discussions going. We're talking airports, we're talking lawns, we're talking to April who had some pork chops. It's nice of you all to join us. Franz, where are you from, buddy? I like to hear Canadians talk. Uh-oh, we got a Ford Ranger. Look out, folks. Somebody thought I was going to go look at the Ranger. They're just shutting their car door. We'll check in on the Ranger in a moment. Franz, you're in Austria. All right. What's going on in Austria? Shouldn't you be in bed right now? We are in the middle of the Midwest in the great state of Iowa, in the Driftless region. Thanks for joining us, Chandana. Are they? What are they doing there? Is summer nice over there in the Alps? I'm sure it is. Geez, Franz, they probably don't want to be hot. I've been in the Middle East during the middle of summer. It's no fun, so. Yep, well, I guessed it. Awesome. All right, folks, I promise it. We'll check in on that Ford Ranger. Looky over here. That theirs could be yours for $2,000. It's a 2002, or it might be a 2001. My neighbor Milt is unsure because it's his dad's truck, and he really didn't look at the title that closely, but it has 120,000 miles on it. Has a few light kisses of rust right around the fender. Look at that classic car go by as we go. That there's call is from the brine that is put on our roads to keep us safe and not slide right the heck off in the wintertime. $2,000, and she is yours. Check in on the Cubs. Looks like it's the bottom of the 8th in Cleveland. Guardians are still up 4-1. Cubs better get those bats going. They're down their final 3 outs here coming up. Jump in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Check in. Say hello. Join our growing community. I am the Driftless Iowan. You are in the Driftless region of the United States, about a half an hour away from the Mississippi River. Thanks for joining us. We'll go back to our traffic watch. We remember Jim Lahey at the beginning of the podcast. Jim Lahey, he was the property manager at Monty View Trailer Park. He passed this morning. Tune back in later. You can get the local news, weather, and sports. Right now, folks, we're still waiting for that storm to approach. If it's something significant, we'll jump in the truck and head on out and see if we can see any twisters, any funnel clouds. If not, we'll just hang out here, kick back, watch traffic. Visit with all ya. Jump down in that chat, say hello. Thank all our returning viewers. Had a good day yesterday. We upped our 20 subscribers. That's a big jump. All right. Here we go, folks. We have a classic car watch right here. It's a car show every day in the summertime. Would you look at that? Jump in that poll, let us know what you think. Where would you rather spend the night at? Where would you rather reside? Hit that like button, please. Share it if you want. Say, listen to this guy, April. You can share it with your friends. Say, I dig his accent. You in British Columbia? Is that where you were at? Is that what you said? Franz, what are you up to tonight in Austria? Sierra, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. If you're still hanging around, let us know where you're from. There we go. Fellas running some hot laps. If you missed it moments ago, we checked in on the Ford Ranger. She is still for sale. Check back in our archives. This show's coming right along. We're getting more laid out, more smooth, developing a community. Seeing what y'all like to do, hanging out, watching traffic, telling you some useless information, maybe some knowledgeable information, letting you know what life is like in this small town. It's like watching a sitcom or listening to a sitcom, but it's real life. We have neighbors join us. I had a neighbor throw over some sweet corn to me the other day. It was delicious. Thank you, Milt. By the way, Milt and his wife celebrated 40 years. Congratulations. My neighbor across the corner from me there with the red porch, he's building a side deck. He took the evening off. No, I am smoking a Camel. Are you smoking cannabis? Is cannabis legal in Austria? It's not legal in my state, but it's legal across the river in one of the states. So. I don't know what that is. Is David off an alcohol? A liquor? Vodka? Oh, it's legal. Where are you from, Sportamax? We had a veteran check in with us earlier. Or a soldier, not a veteran, a soldier down in Fort Hood, which was cool. If you're still around private, jump in, make some friends. Michigan, yeah, I spent some time in Michigan. I spent 5 months there. Down in Flint. It wasn't legal when I was there, it was only medical. But it was everywhere. Nope, I don't judge. Whatever your vice is, it's your vice as long as you're not hurting folks. Oh, you're on the southwest side, alright. You're down by Lake Michigan, huh? Like by Michigan City? That's Indiana. But in that region. Gotcha. Yeah. Revenue collector for sure. Benton Harbor, Michigan. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. East of the Rockies, as Art Bell would say. My broadcasting style can be a mix between Art Bell and Harry Carey, a little mix of Bob Euchre. I am Midwest, of course. Midwestern. My accent is appreciated by Canadians, I have learned. Had a nice, pleasant group of folks that join us. We keep the chat nice and respectful. People are making friends. We're building the community. Jump in there, subscribe. Be one of my first 500 subscribers. Oh, we got some action. People honking. Just going by saying, how do you do, huh? What's going on in Benton Harbor tonight? Tell us about your Midwest living. Earlier on, we shared some news. We went over the obituaries events. Right now, it's the top of the hour, folks. It's 8 o'clock. I don't believe that communism is the right political policy. If you missed it earlier, I was talking about being called a communist while I was having coffee today. If you knew a bit about my past, you'd realize that somebody would call me that out of the blue. But I am a veteran of 2 campaigns. I'm a Purple Heart recipient. I am the son of small business owners. I am by no means a communist. So there's zero belief that communism is any right policy. It was just an overreaction by a guy who had no better answer because he couldn't even, when you don't have an answer, you call people names, you know? Hey, you're welcome. My pleasure. Yeah. What do you do, man? What kind of business you got? That man that called me that, he was the chair of the conservative political party of my county, so. You're welcome, Just Mod. Oh, storage, awesome. Rental and storage, yeah, good business to be in. Yeah, the chair of the local party said that to me. He's also been known to say weird things at like events at schools about transgender policy that is a non-existence in our school. They just hear stuff from the national media and repeat it, and it's just so pathetic. I don't know how they live with themselves. I don't know how they look in the mirror. But if you wanna editorialize more, tell you about an incident with my kid's baby mama and I and my daughter. I believe my son might have been. Well, he wasn't born at the time. Firemen in our community put on a pancake breakfast on the 4th of July. About everybody shows up. And we were there eating one 4th of July. And in Iowa, the Supreme Court affirmed that in a legal case that people of the opposite sex could marry, and that upset a lot of religious zealots. And this gentleman's wife came up to me right in the middle of a pancake breakfast as I was, no doubtably, trying to awake from having a few drinks the night before the 4th of July, because we do fireworks and have fun where we're at. And yeah, she began telling me how much of a horrible person I was. So in front of the entire community, and I just laughed and I said, "You're fucking crazy." We laughed, so. But I reminded him about that today after he called me a commie, and he shut his mouth right the up. So there you go. Oh, you did a junk removal business? I like doing deconstruction work. I flipped a few properties, and the funnest part is doing the deconstruction and the trash. So good business, man. Oh, no problem. It doesn't bother me at all. I find it entertaining. Look out, folks. Is that a Ford Ranger? Nope, that's a Dakota. Well, it looks like that rain's staying away from us right now. Temps ringing in at a comfortable 69 degrees. Wind is light to non-existent. It's beating my devil's ivy around a little bit. It's hanging from the porch. I'll take a look around the neighborhood. Oh, I believe that. People get passionate on both sides. I believe that. Which is crazy. I don't get it. I don't get why people get so damn emotional. Some people just need to have that as part of their identity, and I do not get it one bit. Like this, folks. I like the discussion we're having in the chat. Maybe this will be the format. We'll do our news, weather, sports, editorial, some cultural stuff. Tonight we talked about that boat accident up on the Iowa River in Iowa Falls. If you're ever in the state of Iowa, Iowa Falls is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Been checking in with folks around the world. We've had Michigan, we've had British Columbia in here tonight. We've had Austria check in. Hit that like button, doing that lets folks know that we're out here live. Lets know that people are participating. Jump over to my channel, check out some content. Most of it's from the last 6 years from my travels. I'm kind of building up a storage bank of stuff. Has some cool interviews in there. Some different things, some funny shorts. Maybe subscribe, become a permanent member of our community. Check us out live every once in a while. Tune in, hang out, see what's going on. It's golden hour, but there's not much gold out there today, folks. That sun has been hidden. Well, good night, Sporty Max. Thanks for joining us. It is beautiful here. Maybe you can come and visit sometime. Stop back again. Anybody out there celebrating a birthday? Anniversary? What's on your mind? Take a look at our poll. Let me know how you answered if you'd like to. I don't look at it till the end. I'm always curious to find out. Last night we asked if you'd rather spend time hanging out indoors or outdoors. And folks said outdoors 70%, so jump on in that chat, say hello, or that's part of the podcast. We have open discussion. We just kick back, watch traffic, and see what's going on. During storms, I'll storm chase. If there's any major events in the neighborhood, I will key in. I'll take you live on some of my travels down the road. Yesterday we visited a pioneer cemetery. I'll be publishing that this winter. Sometimes I want to take some days off of doing media, you know. Took a little drive in the countryside. You helped me grow my channel by being with me. Longtime YouTube fan. I am a new quality content creator, let's say. So, hoping to promote businesses around here and products from around here. That's going to be the business side of this channel down the road. Want to help build our studio, get me to events. Check out my Venmo. That would be in my channel description on YouTube right now. But you help us just by being here, tuning in. Alright, we got the wind picking up a bit. I wonder if there's a little front going to be coming through. Update on the Cubs and Guardians. Cleveland's up 6-1 now. Looks like the Cubbies are going to be taking a loss, heading back to Chi-Town. Had a little bit of rain move through earlier. We have had a patch of dryness for about 10 days and kind of need a drink. I emptied my rain catch out this morning, thinking that it was going to rain this afternoon and tonight, but no luck. Boy, that rainwater is so much better for your house plants, folks, than that tap water is. Started a few plants out the other day. Had tried out the tap water. There, that's a ditch witch. That's part of the infrastructure plan that was passed, the bipartisan infrastructure plan that was passed, and state money, bringing this high-speed internet here to our community. Thank all of those serving us in office that had voted for that. I sure do like having high-speed internet. I haven't been able to have it. I've been waiting to get on YouTube until I got it, and I got it a few months ago finally at my house. So the government does do good things for you folks at times. There goes some of the workers right now, calling her a night. This is real America, right in the middle of the United States. My neighbors have been informed that I am doing a somewhat of a podcast out here, if you want to call it that, so they don't have a welfare check performed on me. I am the Driftless Iowan. You're on Small Town USA. Jump in that chat. Let us know where you're from. Let's get a conversation going. Otherwise, kick back. Watch that traffic pass. We'll see if that storm comes in. We'll be here up until the 9 o'clock hour, and maybe then further if we have a lot of discussion going on. So. just joining us, you're in the middle of the Midwest. We're just watching light traffic. Open discussion right now. Thanks for tuning in. Start off our first hour is a little more formal. I am starting to book some guests for future podcasts, some more professional work, but now you get this hillbilly life out in my front porch, and I appreciate you hanging out. It's just like we're all hanging out here, watching cars go by. Jump down in the chat, let me know what you had for dinner, folks. Give me some ideas. I eat late, I go to bed late, and I wake up early. Hey Reba Fluff, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. What's going on in your world? Thinking about burgers? That sounds delicious. A factor 20. I have no idea what that is. I probably need 4 of them to fill me up. Gorgeous here, folks. About this time of the show, I do my plug. If you're looking to move, looking for a new career, want to check out a new part of the world, this may be the place for you. We have low taxes, friendly people, lots of jobs available, and affordable housing. You do have to, however, put up with all 4 seasons, which we see to the extreme. We have some wicked weather around here, folks, including inland hurricanes and polar vortexes. We used to be underwater in an ocean. They call the place Iowa. We're in the east central part of the state, 30 minutes away from the Mississippi River. Within an hour of about 5 towns with populations over 50,000. About 50 minutes away from the University of Iowa, the VA Hospital. University of Iowa Children's Hospital. We're about 3.5 hours away from Chicago, 5.5 from St. Louis, 5 to 5.5 to Minneapolis, and a good 6 to Kansas City. Now that I've done my plug from my community, which I do because you never know. Small towns are competitive. They're in competition with each other. Small towns are dying up in Iowa, and we need people here. People make it happen, so we accept all shades. We accept all beliefs, except those that hurt people. And we especially accept hard workers and pretty ladies, so jump on the internet, Google Monticello, Iowa, look at the Monticello of Iowa Chamber of Commerce. Check out Iowa Workforce Development, jump on Indeed. Plenty of jobs, folks. We went over them yesterday on our Tuesday segment. East of the Rockies, Jackson, New Jersey. Thanks for checking in. How's it going, Daniel? Nope. Weed is not legal here, but it is a half an hour away, just up the road into Illinois. Law doesn't check for bootleggers, if that's your question. You're our first person from New Jersey to check in. Thanks for coming by. Check out my content, see if you like it. Join us again, maybe subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Hit that like button, folks. That's how we get folks in here joining us, get our community growing, get some conversation going. Jump in there, talk about whatever. Make friends. Make enemies. Don't make enemies, make friends. Sorry. Hoboken, New Jersey. Thanks for joining us. How's it going out there? How you spending your evening? Hello, Brazil. Thanks for stopping by. It is. It's a beautiful night here. Beautiful, beautiful. I am. I'm ready. I am ready for a caring and compassionate leader in the United States. For sure. North Kakalaki, how you doing? What's up, Phil? Where you at, North Carolina? I may have been there before. Mario, thanks for checking in. No, communism will not take over the United States. Nope, not at all. No chance. Nope. Communism won't even take over their own selves. They're about ready to. Communist thinking is outdated, so people on the extreme side of the politics in this country like to call people commies. So. Mooresville, all right. Nope, in my title I was called a commie today, so I had my editorial about that earlier. We will not rejoin it because we joined it again a few minutes ago. Check back and you can hear it on our replays. Race City, yeah. Boy, I'd love to go to a NASCAR race in the South. That'd be enjoyable. We have the Iowa race here now, so I've been there for a Hooters Cup race before. I've had many experiences, folks, varied interests. I'm a jack of all trades. I am a master of a few. Any questions? Want to share anything with us? Let us know. If you're a local and checking this out and want to be on this podcast, I will take any of y'all. If you have an interesting story to share or talent, let me know. If you have a product to promote. Got a few guests we're getting scheduled right now for this fall. Hoping to have a nice comfortable studio built here hopefully by September, maybe at the beginning of October. Who knows, I may be your next Theo Vaughn or Joe Rogan. How about an Art Bell? Or a Howard Stern? Well, thanks for joining us from North Carolina. I love that state. I love the Outer Banks. It's one of my favorite places to be. I have no reason to ever visit again, but only in spirit. Glad that hurricane missed y'all down there. Stayed off to the east. Traffic's really light tonight, folks. Nice and peaceful. The crickets are chirping. Remind you again, if you haven't done so, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Jump down on our poll. Would you rather live in a haunted house? Or would you rather live with your in-laws? Or would you rather move in with your ex? Your crazy ex? Let us know in the poll. Jump in the chat, let us know. Or if you do live in a haunted house, tell us about it. Even better. It's interesting to see you folks in the East Coast joining us right now. Suppose folks are done with their night looking for some entertainment. Hope to provide you some entertainment and some chill time. We are a mix of talk and sit and watch and conversation. So sometimes we have neighbors join us. Sometimes we have some action in the neighborhood. Oh, you're from Long Island originally. Awesome. What took you down to North Carolina? Folks, looks like Guardians beat the Cubs 6-1 there in Cleveland. I don't know. Was that the end of our winning streak if any Cubs fans are out there? Traffic's picking up. Got a little bit of evening rush hour traffic. These are folks heading to work at the local manufacturing plants. Little do they know they're being shown all across the world. There's a look at the sky. It's nice and pretty out. Okay, gotcha. Yep, making a move is there's usually reason and purpose behind it. Yeah, I bet. I like North Carolina. I like Southern Virginia. It's a good place to be. I never knew you folks had bears down there. That blew my mind. We're starting to get bears here. Got one about 30 miles away bouncing around between the river bluffs and the prairie. Beautiful evening, folks. Thanks for joining us. Hope to be out here with you live almost every night up until the cold season, and by then I hope to have a little studio set up inside. My family has owned this house for like 65 years now. I am the fourth owner in the lineage of our family. So our front porch, it used to be enclosed, but when I took it over, I redid the house and changed her up a bit, opened it up, made her more inclusive and welcoming. Little place to have some outdoor fun and relaxation. Hell's Angels passing by. They're up to no good. Help spread the word by hitting that like button. Jump on over to my channel, subscribe. Come back again, visit us again. We'll be here till the top of the hour. Maybe a little longer if we got some chat going. Yes, UTVs are illegal here. They can travel on state highways. Cities can have ordinances to permit them. Personally, unless I had a ranch or a big timber, I wouldn't have one. They are dangerous. Lots of people have been getting killed recently on them. There's no protection on them, folks. You get hit by a bigger vehicle, so. It's overcast here. It's about 68 degrees. Our non-existent wind is kicked up to a light wind. Kind of hitting us from the east-southeast right now. Just a light kiss. Rain was predicted, but it looks like it's going to miss us. We are a bit thirsty around here. Traffic is light. The neighborhood is calm. We're remembering James Lahey this podcast, beloved property manager of the Monty View Trailer Park. I am in Iowa. How are you doing, MM? Is that Marshall Mathers with us? Are you in Michigan? On the 7 Mile, or are you somewhere else? Good, that's good to hear. Glad to hear that you're doing great. What you up to tonight? Just hanging out on the porch? Chilling with us? Jumping in that chat, folks, helps me out. I appreciate it. Hitting that like button helps us out, helps grow this channel. I am an amateur photographer and want to get my media out there to folks, develop this channel, maybe get a podcast going, promote my hometown, the Midwest, maybe start a little web store here in the future. Get stuff right from my hometown. Yep, peace of mind, man. I gotcha. I think a lot of introverts are YouTube fans. You know what I'm saying, folks? If I can bring you guys joy by sitting out here with me, I sit out here every night for a couple hours anyway. I read, I relax, I have neighbors stop by and visit. Sometimes they join us. If it's personal conversation, I'll hit the mute and you can check in on the traffic. If not, we talk about agriculture issues sometimes. We talk about what's going on in town. I am getting a guest lineup ready for this fall. Gonna have a gentleman that survived the derecho. We have him booked. Derecho is an inland hurricane. He was right in the middle of it. There's a video of it on my account. I have a friend who's a medium. We're going to line up a time. We're going to go visit a local cemetery around here. It'll be worth tuning in. Take you on a few road trips. We'll go do some storm chasing. Bring you live breaking news from right here in Iowa in the Midwest. Politicians come through, I'll go live. You can shoot me questions. I'll definitely ask them. I'll be covering festivals, events, talking to interesting people. Had some cool interviews already posted. Check out my vintage camper love at first sight video on my Facebook channel. It's lovely. It'll make you cry. Take a look at how that woman's looking at her husband and talking about their camping and stuff. And they share their story about how they fell in love. It was one of my first videos I posted way back in the day when I first thought about doing this. Have an interview with a wild man from Virginia on there, from the Hampton Roads, if anybody's ever been. Be releasing a couple of my Flint, Michigan interviews here in the near future. I've been working on the media I captured from my time there. Have an outdoor studio a few miles away from here out in the timber. There's a creek that runs through it. Once I figure out how to go live out there, we sure will someday. The cell phone reception's horrible out there. If I can connect to the Wi-Fi that's close by, we'll see if that can happen. If not, I'll be doing some videos out there and bringing them to you on the feed, so I'd appreciate it. We've had a nice steady crowd in here tonight. I think our community is growing. I'm getting more and more comfortable with this podcast and developing a format, and we'll see what it turns into. We'll be with you up until the top of the hour here. If we somehow get busy and get some conversation striked up, we'll go into overtime. It's a beautiful night. I'm in no hurry. I'm well rested, hydrated, ready to go. Kick back, enjoy the traffic. I'll be back with you folks in a second. Thanks for tuning in to Small Town USA. I am the Driftless Iowan.